we started it is because we have such a great following. We see so many accounts like yours on Instagram that are just so open about their hair loss and just so inspiring. So we thought maybe it's a good way to not only hang out and get to know each other, but also to kind of join everybody in this community and just give everybody a platform to just inspire and be inspired. So I think it's like so amazing that this is our third episode. It's super exciting, and we have such a beautiful guest with us today. So let's just get right into it. So tell us your name and where you're from.
Sure. So my name is Supriya Surrender. Most of you on here know me as Baldy Boo on Instagram. I actually grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, so I'm a Midwestern girl at heart, but I've been living in Denver, Colorado now for 10 years. So that's me.
That's you. And so we'll just get right into it. You're very open about your hair loss journey, kind of your experiences. You're on now, so confidently rocking just your natural look. So tell us a little bit about that journey, about your hair loss and kind of how you got to where you are today.
Sure. So the first time I noticed any type of hair loss was in 2013. I was in the dressing room at Target, and they have those mirrors where you can see yourself in the front and in the back. And I happened to have my hair in a ponytail that day, and I noticed a spot on the back of my head. So I went to a doctor who sent me to a dermatologist who confirmed it was alopecia. And they did some treatment, which is steroid injections, and my hair grew back, so everything was fine. And then in 2015, I was getting ready for work one day, and I noticed like a pile of hair in my hands. And from that day forward, it took 3 months before all of my hair fell out. And then the following year, I lost my eyebrows. And then the year after that, I lost my eyelashes and then like body hair in between. And now it's been 5 years of this journey. If you can see by the shadows on my head, I do have quite a bit of regrowth in this past year. I don't know if that means I'm getting my hair back or not. My eyebrows are still gone. My lashes are back. But, you know, it's been a real roller coaster of a journey. I was in my mid-30s when I lost all of my hair. So it was incredibly difficult to, you know, essentially lose my physical identity right in front of me. You know, every day I looked a little bit different than the day before.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was really just very confusing and just frustrating to have this happen. You know, it was a lot of ups and downs to go through. So it took until a couple of years ago before I made peace with things and really started to, you know, own this alopecia life that I have. And now here I am, just kind of trying to live my best life.
That's awesome. So a lot of our guests, for the most part, or people that we know with hair loss, they've been struggling with it since they were very young. So you're different in that sense that it started fairly recently.
Yes.
And it's just so crazy for me to know that, and then to see your Instagram, just how confident you are and you're so open about it. So how did you get from maybe your initial shock when you were like, this is my new normal, to where you are today, where you're like, you know, let me show it to the world. There's nothing wrong with this. So how did you get there?
So initially when I lost my hair, I did not want anybody to know. You know, I told my close circle, but anybody else, I literally lived in fear that somebody would figure out I was a bald woman. So I chose wigs that looked as close to my old bio hair as possible. You know, I really internalized everything. I was always like, I never wanted to go outside of the box with my look. I definitely never wanted to go anywhere without a wig because I was just so frightened all the time. And then you know, I went to therapy to deal with some issues, to deal with issues outside of this, but also with my alopecia. And when I turned 35 in, what year was that now? 2018, I think it was. I can't keep track anymore. I had this moment where I decided, you know, I can either continue to let alopecia continue to sink me, or I can just start living. Like, life is so short, so why not, you know, find a way to make it work. So that year was a really good year, and I started, you know, becoming more open about it. And at the end of that year, I started Baldy Boo, and I started, sharing my story. And the more that page grew, and the more I connect with people in the hair loss community, the more confidence and strength it's given me. So now I just, feel like the strongest version of myself. And I'm so grateful for this community. There's so many amazing, supportive women and men in this community that just, make me feel normal just like this.
That's awesome. At the time that you did you kind of go to social media and see, was there a lot of support at the time when you kind of started, or were you a little bit kind of by yourself? But what was that like?
So it was a bit of both. I did go to social media a bit, but early on, I wasn't ready to accept the fact that I had alopecia. So seeing social media accounts, especially with women embracing their bald, was scary to me because it felt like that if I accepted it, that I was never going to get my hair back, and that was too scary. So for a little while, I just kind of kept at a distance. And then one day I saw this account with Kylie, who's pretty famous in the alopecia world. And she had this beautiful photo of herself with no shirt on. It was her back. She was was she flexing? I can't remember if she was flexing or not, but she had all this amazing writing on her back about alopecia. And I was like, wow, that's so powerful. And so I recreated that photo for myself. And I just wanted to kind of have a version to remind myself that, like, yeah, like I can do this. And then I had no intention of ever sharing it on social media, but then I did one day, and the support I received was so like astonishing. And then after that, that's when I really started to find different people to follow that were thriving on this journey. And I joined a Facebook group for women dealing with alopecia, and there's just such a wonderful community out here.
And then I know recently you post kind of about your like work experience with kind of
Mhm.
like going to work, like how you are talking to us now. So tell us a little bit about that for those maybe that didn't see your post about it.
Yes. So 1 year ago, last September, I made a decision to go to work for the very first time without my wig on in honor of Alopecia Awareness Month. And so the day before, I emailed a few people and I just said, hey, this is what I'm doing. If you didn't know, I have alopecia, and this is how I'm going to support Alopecia Awareness Month. And if you want to wear blue, you can. And so the next day I come to work and I'm physically shaking in the car. I'm so scared. I'm like sweating. I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And I come to work, and what do I see is like coworker after coworker after coworker in blue. Like everybody just showed up to support me, and it was such a
Oh,
life-changing day. It was so wonderful. I can't even ever put it into words what that day felt like. I had so many people just tell me how brave they thought I was, or how amazing my story is. And it was just like, sometimes you forget just how good humans can be, especially in the world of social media. And it was just like such a reminder that there's so many like good hearts and good souls out there.
definitely. That's awesome. Yeah, I remember seeing that post and I was like emotional because I can only imagine, like, obviously, I haven't been in your position, but just anything that makes you different, where you have to kind of stand there and just be different from everybody, is always, it takes so much courage. But I think just as a woman and how, like, women are expected to look a certain way or to have this type of hair or, just whatever the standard is, I think you kind of just moved it out of the way and it's like, this is me. I'm beautiful. Like, I'm confident. That's so amazing.
Thank you.
So, so there are so many people, maybe some viewers now or viewers later that are going to watch this once we post it. Maybe they can't join us live, but maybe they're going to see it later. And maybe they're in those early stages where you were, where you didn't want to tell anybody. You felt very self-conscious. You didn't maybe have confidence. What advice would you give that person watching?
First, I would tell them that it's okay to be sad. A lot of times people say it's just hair, but it's not just hair. It's such a big piece of your identity, um, especially for females. Not saying it's any less hard for males, but just from my experience, as a woman, so much of your femininity and identity is tied to your hair because that's the way society makes it. And so when you lose it, you are mourning a part of yourself that's gone now, you know, and it's totally normal to feel sad about it. It's not just hair, it's a part of you, and it's okay to feel sad about it. And I think once you've kind of wallowed in it and you're at this point now of like, okay, now I need to kind of like work my way out of it. My best advice would be to really connect with other people that are going through what you're going through. You'll find, especially now with Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and all these things, there's so many people that are really becoming vulnerable and sharing their stories, and so many people that will talk you through your journey. You know, it's not an easy one and not one that you have to go through alone. I also think it's important to, you know, have a good network of people that have your back. And hair loss will really teach you like who are the good people that are there for you and who aren't. And the ones that aren't, you know, like don't invest your energy in them. Invest your energy in people that make you feel better, that make you feel good, that lift you up every day. Like really fill your funnel with like good, kind souls that are going to help you get to that point where you can kind of cross over and really embrace where you're at now.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I think I'm really happy with how the industry has progressed and how so many celebrities are kind of normalizing wigs and hair pieces and extensions. And before it was kind of like, oh, I just have this great hair. They didn't want to talk about it. And now it's like, oh, this is my wig stylist. This is my hairstylist. And this is my makeup artist. It's kind of like this normal thing. And it should have always been that way, but it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Very recently. So that's amazing. Yeah. And I'm so happy when I like see accounts like yours and so many others as well that are just so open about it and it's just so positive. And I can only imagine how much that would help somebody maybe new to this, or it's something new in their life and they're just trying to find somebody they can relate to, that they can be inspired by. So that's amazing. So,
Thank you.
so you're actually our first Hair and Happiness guest that has alopecia, and I know, like you're always like your makeup always looks perfect, and like you're always so put together. So I would love for you to maybe give us some little tips with like makeup or like your eyelashes or your eyebrows, like you said that you did lose them. So what are some things that maybe somebody that's going through it now, or maybe has a loved one that's going through it, and they kind of don't know, like those little tips and tricks? What can you share?
Yes. So the funny thing is when it comes to makeup, I had the same makeup look from when I was like 16 till now. So, you know, it was alopecia really kind of encouraged me to have more fun with my makeup, because makeup is such a good accessory to not having hair. But as far as tips go, when I lost my eyelashes, I tried to figure out fake lashes without lashes, but I never got to a point where I could. But what I did do is I would do top lid liner. And honestly, when you do top lid liner, nobody really knows that you don't have lashes unless they're like this close to you. And if they're this close to you, like, why are they that close to you? So,
well, especially right now. So thankfully right now, nobody should be that close to anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Just learning how to draw on eyebrows. I ended up doing microblading. For me, it really helped me because you don't really realize how much losing your eyebrows changes your face until it happens. And it was really so hard for me after my eyebrows to kind of look in the mirror and be like, who is this looking back? So when I got my microblading done, even though it's super faded, it when I take my makeup off, it makes me feel more comfortable looking in the mirror, and I kind of feel like myself. And it's also a great template, because when I just take what microblading I have and then I just draw over it and make it a little bit pop a little bit more. So yeah, those are my primary go-tos. And then other than that, have fun with it. You know, like we're all quarantined anyway, so it's the best time to try out every makeup look.
Exactly.
Because we're not going anywhere.
A few people have commented about your lip color. Do you do you know what color it is, what brand it is? Let's share it with everybody.
It is NYX. And I don't know the exact color, but it's like they have these like glitter ones. And so just look for the glitter ones in these boxes and you'll find it.
That's actually my everyday lipstick, is the NYX Abu Dhabi.
Really?
Like, yeah, I just can't live without it.
And it stays on so well.
Yeah, I love it. But I know a lot of people are asking, so maybe later you can post it on your stories. I'm
Yes,
gonna have you
yes.
post something else for everybody too. Okay,
Mhm.
well, so thank you so much for being so open about your hair loss journey. And I know from your profile, so if you're not already following Supriya, like go follow her. Like her profile will tell you all about her journey and her story. I loved your work experience, and I know so many of us kind of have to tackle different that situation in different ways. So it's like very inspiring. But let's move on to kind of just your wig wardrobe, like the fun that you have. I know you love wigs. I know you love kind of rocking the look that you have now. So you kind of put them to the side sometimes. So I love that. But what are some of your favorite brands?
So it goes two different ways because there's human hair and there's synthetics.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm thinking human hair, I love Shelly and I love Yappa. Those have been like my go-to human hair wigs. And then when it comes to synthetic hair, like I love my statement piece, my statement summer heat.
Mm-hmm.
Is it statements? Am I saying the right thing? But my
Yeah.
summer heat wig has been like my go-to summer wig. I love it. And then I love like uni wigs. I love Renee of Paris. So those are all like my go-to. I really didn't explore synthetics until recently because I had this, false sense of a synthetic hair looks fake. And wow, that has changed over the years.
Right.
Because now they look so real, and so it's so much fun because they're so much more affordable than human hair, so you can really play around with it and just have a new look every day if you want.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you said that too, because so many people, I think early on in their like wig shopping experience, I feel like everybody has made us think that human hair is the best. Like you have to get human hair. Like even if you can't afford it, just like buy it. It's going to be the best. And in some cases, it really isn't because I mean you have to spend so much time styling it. They come in sometimes they come in basic colors. I know the Raquel Welch brand has like really nice like rooted colors with like highlights and everything. But for the most part, human hair wigs are just these plain colors that look very artificial. So maybe you have to take it to your stylist. They have to thin it
Right.
out. They have to maybe low light it for you or add a little bit of a root. It ends up costing so much and taking so much
Yes.
of your time. And then where synthetic wigs, they come in so many colors. They look so natural. And like, for example, summer heat is a heat friendly style. So you
Yes.
can even curl it or flat iron it. So just because it says synthetic doesn't mean you can't still have fun with it and style it and it looks natural. So I love that. Obviously, you know that now, but so many people are still in that early phase. It has to be human hair.
Yeah. Heat friendly synthetics are game changers.
Yeah.
It One, they're so easy because you wash it and you bring it out and it's like there's none of that weirdness that you get with human hair wigs where it's like, how do I bring this back to normal? It's back to
Right.
normal. And then two, you can just like run a quick flat iron through it or like a curling iron and it's just so easy.
Yeah, so easy. So yeah, so Statements is one of the collections that like I personally love too. So what are some styles that you love? That you seem to like maybe always gravitate towards when you're gonna run out of the door?
Yes. So I would say like I'm really enjoying the shorter pieces now. Back when I first started wearing wigs, I would only wear long because, I was like, if I'm gonna buy hair, I may as well buy the hair that I've always wanted.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought
But
maybe your hair was always long, so you were trying to match it.
yeah, well, I had long hair at one point, but I was like, well, I may as well get something that makes me
Yeah.
feel like Princess Jasmine. But yeah, now I like enjoy the shorter ones. I also love anything with highlights because I never dyed my hair when I had bio hair, like not a single time in my whole life. So the fact that I never did that before and that I can do that now, I can do blonde, I can do highlights, I can do light brown, I can do dark brown, I can do red. Like it's so fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Not only for convenience, I know somebody commented, Julie commented, it's all about the convenience. So yeah, wigs are not only super convenient, like when you don't have time to do your hair or maybe you went to a salon and they like messed up your hair, or, you know,
Mhm.
whatever the situation is, like wigs are so convenient, and then they're just already styled for you. Like you can just worry about doing your makeup and then
Yep.
your hair's done always.
Yes.
So that's nice. I feel like for me, like it takes the longest for me to do my hair. So like this is just like a no-brainer.
Yeah. Well, when I had hair, I used to wash it every day. Don't judge me. But I used to wash it every day, which meant every day I was washing it,
Yeah.
blow drying it, flat ironing it. And like now it's so easy. If this does grow back, I don't even know what I'm going to do if I have to spend all that time doing my hair again.
So that's actually one of our questions is if like let's say tomorrow you wake up and you have your hair back,
Mhm.
would you still wear wigs and why?
100%. Because one, my bio hair with, luckily I live in Denver now, but even like the tiniest touch of humidity and it was like it was just whatever style I had, I get this weird kinky wave in the front. It just would never hold. And then two, it's just like so easy. You know, if I'm having a bad hair day, I could just literally, I could clip a topper in, I could just put a full wig on, I could do anything. I could have literally my dream hair, so why not?
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's cheaper than extensions. Hair extensions are so expensive to maintain over a long period of time. And so,
Yeah. That's awesome. And
yeah.
so with extensions too and toppers, I think toppers are starting to be more and more popular
Mhm.
because I think a lot of people just either didn't know that they were an option
Mhm.
or the ones that they saw looked so bad. Like the word
Yeah,
toupee has like such a bad connotation.
yeah.
Toppers today, I mean, you would never know somebody's wearing them. They're
Mm-mm.
so amazing. So everybody that's watching, maybe you have some of your own hair underneath, or maybe it's
Mhm.
just thinning. You can try a topper, even if it's very diffused, you can do a topper and some extensions, and
Mhm.
you could get like a really almost like a full wig look, but still incorporate some of the hair that you have. So that's
Yeah.
an option. But yeah, okay, so let's look at some of the wigs that you brought. I know this is my
Sure.
favorite part of our Hair and Happiness is when we get to see our guests try on some of their favorite styles. We get to talk about them a little bit and just kind
Yeah.
of see how you style them. It's always so much fun. So what do you
Sure.
have?
Okay. So let's start with the one that I've been talking about so much, which is Summer Heat. So let me give her a little comb and then put her on. I normally put like a wig grip band on underneath,
Uh-huh.
but today I didn't put it on. But that just gives a little extra security. All right, let me scoot so you can see it.
I'm gonna pull it up so I can talk about
Sure.
the cap features are really nice on this style because it has the lace front and it
Yep.
has a mono part. So it's going to give you a natural hairline and it's also going to give you a natural part look,
Mhm.
but it's also heat friendly, of course. So you have
Yep.
yours super straight.
Yes. This is honestly probably without the highlights what my hair looked like before I lost
Oh,
it.
wow. So
Yeah.
when you put that on, do you feel like that feels like you?
Yes. This feels like old Supriya.
Okay, so this style again is called Summer Heat. And it's on sale for 109 right now, which is
Mhm.
awesome.
Yes.
It's such a great style. And by the way, I know everybody on here, nobody's commented about it, but my hair is not this color or this length. I'm actually wearing Summer Heat too.
Yeah, I love it.
So we're
See how
twinning.
versatile?
Yeah, so I have a little bit of texture in mine. Like I put a little bend to it, and then I kind of just did more of the bang. Like I brought the bang a little bit more forward. But yeah, I totally did not have time to blow dry my hair, to style my hair, and I was like, let me grab Summer Heat. I knew you were gonna probably wear it too, so I was like, wow, we can twin.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm wearing Summer Heat. I'm wearing the color. I don't know if you know what color you have on.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yours has a little bit more highlights than mine. Yours is
Yes.
probably like maybe an 826 or 829. Mine is the 430. So it's really dark, but it has like a little bit of a highlight. Very subtle,
Yeah.
but it's so pretty. I love this cut. Like, you know,
Mhm.
obviously I would love to cut my hair like this and go dark again, but it's like you can just throw on a wig and change it up. So it's awesome. But I love that we're twinning.
Yes. Okay, my friend Tabitha said she paid triple to get her hair highlighted like this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just to get your hair colored, which by the way, it's not going to stay colored for months. It's going
No.
to stay colored for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Costs way more than just getting a wig. So
Right.
definitely. Okay, so we love this style.
Yes.
Summer Heat, it's always been one of our top sellers. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's so
Yes.
great. You can change it up. Like our hair looks totally different right now, but we're in the
Yes.
same style. So again, I just added a little bit of texture to mine and it kind of made the ends kind of flip out and look more layered. And then yours is like very smooth and sleek, but I love both looks.
Yes. I'm a child. Like I was in my 20s in like the early 2000s, so I like just gravitate towards that flat iron.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. And then yeah, so you have like Rachel like later seasons on Friends and
Yes.
like the early Rachel.
Yes.
We're both Rachel though.
Yes, I love it.
Okay, so what do you have next?
Okay. So next I have Rise. So let me pull her.
Oh, I love Rise too.
Yes. I like this one because I have a very tiny forehead and it has bangs, and I normally can't wear bangs because of it. But with this one, let's see here, I can wear them
Oh, so cute.
without it getting all in my face. Which,
I like that this one has like slightly lighter highlights.
yes.
It looks so cute. I love the bang look. That one is so textured on the ends. It's like
Mhm.
really, really cool.
Yes.
Almost like an angled cut.
And this is heat friendly too.
Yeah.
So,
And that one's one of our newer styles. So it has just a regular kind of basic cap construction. Very lightweight, cool, and comfortable. Very airy. You can see the colors are amazing. That one's on sale for $89. So that's crazy. But I love
yes.
that style. And again, just all the different colors. So the Stunning Statements, which was our latest launch, all of the colors have 7 to 11 different shades. So you'll see highlights and dimension and tone in the colors. They look so good. And then there's a couple other styles that came out, which I love.
Yeah. And this one would be so easy to like put it in like a little low pony or something.
Yeah.
With the bangs, it just, there's so many options.
And so you, we'll talk a little bit kind of about like your tips later in the live, but do you usually just put it on, or do you put it on a wig cap first, or you just like to put it on by itself?
So I typically do like one of those wig grip bands. So I'll do that and then I'll put it on, just because I like the added security that those bands come with.
Yeah, the hair grip. I find myself recommending it to people all day long. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't tape and glue and all of that. Some people are good at that. Me, no.
So for those people that maybe aren't so familiar with wigs, I feel like a lot of people ask me, are wigs secure, or how can I get them to be more secure? Is it going to fall off? So can you talk to everybody about like how you feel about it, like wearing it all day, every day? Do you feel like it's secure, comfortable?
Yes. So the wig grip is what makes it feel secure for me. That's what keeps it in place. Do they move sometimes? Yes, sometimes they do, but nothing where anybody else would notice it but you. Like
Right.
maybe I'd start the day like this, and like maybe the part would move a little bit like that, and then I'd be like, oh my God, it's moved, and freaking out. But everybody else would be like, what are you talking about?
Right, right.
Yeah. So a little bit of movement is normal, but I mean, there's so many ways to make it super secure. All of the caps on these you can adjust to make it tighter. So
And then also, so since you don't have your own bio hair underneath, and this cap, for example, is considered kind of a basic cap in the sense that it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. It
right.
doesn't really have anything hand tied or mono. But so how does it feel comfort wise? Because I mean, it's only $89. So like,
Oh,
you still recommend it?
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super comfy.
Okay, so what's next?
Okay.
So far, I love the two you've shown.
Yeah.
And actually, it's funny because so far, those two are the ones I posted today on my Instagram.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I
have
talked about them on the fall blog.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is Fascination.
Fascination. Let me pull it
Yes.
up.
So this one I would say gives me a little bit more of a throwback look, but I'm kind of okay with that. Let's see. So I like to tuck her behind my ears to make her feel a little bit younger for me.
It's cute.
Yeah.
So cute. What cap construction was that one? Do you remember? Do you want to show us the cap?
Yeah, I can show you the cap.
Yeah, so it's just
The
open.
lace front.
Okay, so it has the lace front. And how do you do anything with the lace front to make it feel a little bit more comfortable or softer on your hairline?
Yeah, so I recently finally purchased a pair of tiny scissors because I used to cut them with kitchen scissors, which is a terrible idea. So yeah, I do
That's a
trim
good
it a
tip.
bit. It's scary to trim the lace. I'm not gonna lie because it feels like you're gonna mess it up. So just go slow if you're nervous like me, and then just take like little pieces until you get to a point where you're comfortable.
Yeah, something that I do too, and I've taught in some of our advanced classes, is to take, you can get like a really inexpensive white like eyeliner pencil and
Mm-hmm.
just kind of draw yourself like a dotted line, and then you
Yeah,
can follow that line, but always make sure you're going to use like something really sharp,
yeah,
either hair cutting shears or like you said, you bought some scissors just for that, so you know that
yeah,
you're not going to dull them out. But just give yourself like a little bit of a guide, and like you said, just go slow and take your time.
yes.
But it
Do
is,
not
you can
use
do it.
kitchen scissors.
Do not use kitchen scissors.
No.
No. Okay, so let's put this style back on. I loved how
Yes,
it looked on you.
sure.
And the color is kind of a little bit more of a solid tone, a
Yes.
little bit lighter. It's so cute. So on your day to day, would you wear this style and then the next day wear the summer heat? Or how do you do that? Or do you pick a style and you wear it all week? Or like what's your
I
process?
would usually like I wore summer heat pretty much every day of the summer. But I think I mix it up more. Like work, I like to have like a standard look, but like going out, that's when I like to mix it up.
And then I know you have some other fun styles there. So what else do you have going on?
Yes. So I have my last one is Midnight Berry.
Okay, so somebody's asking about our lipstick color, so maybe you came in a little bit later.
Oh,
But we're both wearing NYX, which is so
yes.
funny. We're lipstick twins and hair twins and
Yes.
everything twins right now. But so you don't know the color of yours, but you'll maybe let us know on your page later.
Yes,
And
yes.
then mine is Abu Dhabi, which is like my go-to everyday lipstick, and it's in their matte collection, but I love it.
You know I'm gonna have to go buy that now, right?
You do. Everybody needs it. Abu Dhabi.
Okay, so this wig, the reason I have my lips this color is because of this wig.
I love this one. Okay, so this is Midnight Berry.
Yes.
Okay, and the brand for this collect or for this wig is called Hairdo, which is one of my favorites because Hairdo has extensions, wigs, our fan of. There's hair pieces, all kinds of stuff. So definitely check them out if you haven't already. But Midnight Berry is 118, and it's like a really stacked bob. And I've
Mhm.
noticed on you, I don't know if it's because you're petite, but everything seems a little bit longer on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really like an angled bob, but on you it's kind of more like collar length, which I love.
Mhm.
And all of these styles are heat friendly as well. So
Mhm.
you can still add a little bit of curl to it, or you can
Yep.
flat little ends, or you can curl them under.
Like the flip thingy.
Yeah, so pretty. But if you can get a little bit closer, like I love how all of the fantasy wigs have a darker root. And then they have so many different tones and colors. It's not just one solid purple like you would find at a
Mm-mm.
costume store. I mean, you have so many variations of color. It has depth, it has dimension. I mean, it's so pretty. And that is why these are a little bit pricier than maybe some of the other styles that we've looked at so far. But there's so many colors to choose from too. So when we get off
Right.
the live, go on thewigcompany.com and look up hairdo. They're the fantasy wigs. There's a baby blue one that I love. I don't know if you have
Yes.
that one out of the blue. There's pink. There's even this color that has almost like yellow and orange together. It's so pretty. We have like a really long, like a white colored one. There's a shorter white one. There's so many tones to choose from. And then they're always adding new styles. So
Yep.
that's really fun. Whatever's trending, you're going to see it come out in that collection.
What I like about this, because I'm trying to not awkwardly turn, but if you can see like the back, a lot of times with wigs, if you have like a shirt with a collar or a turtleneck or a hoodie, it gets so tangled in the back. So
Mm-hmm.
this is nice because I could wear any type of collar or anything with this and not have to even deal with that, but still have it be longer in the front.
Yeah, that's a great tip. I talked about that a little bit in the fall blog because, obviously with the colder months, we're going to wear scarves or turtlenecks or
Yeah.
coats with the collar, and that could cause some frizzing issue at the neckline. But I love that you said this style, or there could be other styles that are just stacked bobs where you still feel like you have length in the front, but then the back is kind of tapered and shorter, so it's not
Yeah.
going to cause any issues with frizz or friction or anything else.
Right.
But I love this style on you, and I love it with the lip color. It's so good.
I'm a fan as well. It's like, if you think about it, if I had my bio hair to get this color, I would have to bleach it. And then, like,
Right.
I'd have to do so much damage just to get this color.
Yeah, definitely. So now that we're seeing so many wigs, and I can see that when you're putting them on, I see that instant smile on your face. I know that you love them, and I think that's what with Hair and Happiness we get to see that like joy that comes from wigs, which a lot of us, I know, Mike's on here and Carly and Julie
Yeah.
and Courtney, like we love what we do for work because we know that it's like it's really making a difference and it's really helping somebody. It's not like some people might say, oh, it's just your hair, it's just vanity or whatever it is, but it really isn't. And I know you talked about that at the beginning. So it's really, really nice to just see that happiness from hair. And that's what Hair and Happiness is all about. But
Yeah.
what do you love about wigs? What are some things you love about them?
So, I mean, I think the biggest thing is that opportunities are endless with wigs, right? Like, you don't have, it's not like you have to risk a bad haircut or risk a bad hair dye job. You literally get what you pay for. So you buy it and you have this look and you can have it whenever you want, you know? It's just so convenient. It's so easy. I love the time save factor of it. I love that, like, I can just be whoever I want that day. In the winter, maybe I want to be a blonde bombshell for, whatever I want to do, I do it.
If somebody is kind of maybe new to like our page or just wigs in general, what are some tips that you would share with like online shopping? Maybe some things that you've learned along the way.
Yep. So I would say when you're looking for wigs, one thing that I love to do is go to the wig shop's Instagram and look at the tagged photos and find the wigs that I'm interested in off of other people's tagged photos, because that's going to really show you what it looks like on a person, right? Every website, those are always great, but those are, model photos, and you want to see, like, what does it look like in the worst lighting, like not pose, like what does it look like, and then make your decisions off that. Even better if there are videos of it, because then you can like really see what it looks like. I try, like, if I see someone in a wig but they have a Snapchat filter on it, I will not judge based off of that, because like when you have cartoon eyes and lashes and like the perfect filter, of course, any hair is going to look good in that. So like try to find people in their natural element wearing them. And then like, if it's someone in the hair loss community, reach out to them and ask them questions about it. Like, I love getting questions like that. Sometimes it takes me a couple days to respond because life, but like that's what we're here for. Everybody that starts these hair loss pages, we're here because we want to help make this journey easier for you, because we've already been through it. So definitely reach out.
That's awesome. But yeah, really somebody commented there's no risk to wigs. There's
Mm-mm.
really like there's nothing to lose.
Mm-mm.
Try it out, try a different style. Fall is all about maybe like warmer tones, go
Yeah.
maybe a little bit deeper and darker. Like have fun changing it up. If you want just a slight subtle change, do that. Or if you want to change your haircut, your look, you can do it so easily. There's no commitment and there's no damage to your
Yep.
which I love. Okay, so I know you gave us some great online tips. What are some things that you love about the wig company? So we're here, both of us, through the wig company, which
Yes.
obviously I love and you love. But what are some things? Why, as a consumer, did you choose the wig company, and why do you continue to choose the wig company?
So the thing I love about the wig company is that everyone at the company, you're all such allies to the hair loss community. And that means so much to have like such a supportive group of humans that are looking at us in the hair loss community and doing things for us to help us. Like, You know, it's one thing to just sell a wig, but it's another thing to truly like go inside your heart and connect with people that are going through this, because it's such a struggle. And when there's people, there are true hearts behind the brand, that just means more than you'll ever know. I see Carly, I see Mike on here. Like, I see comments from both of you on my pages, on other hair loss pages, and it's just like that support is so impactful. You know, I remember once I received a wig from you guys, and the color wasn't good for me, but I asked if I could give it to my friend Ava, and you guys were like, yeah, of course. And Ava looked like a bombshell in it. It's just, there's just something about a company that cares so much about its community that, you know, it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel good to be wearing your products.
That's awesome. And I feel the exact same way. Like I'm fairly new to just being here with the wig company, like exclusively, and just meeting everybody behind the scenes. There's so many people that you guys don't see on a daily basis or don't hear from. You see me a lot, but you don't see everybody else that's so passionate. They care so much, like genuinely care, and are working so hard to make everything so much better and easier,
Mm-hmm.
shopping experience, and like even the blog and bringing me on board. It just shows how much that they care about the community and just making life easier, like one less thing to
Yep.
work
Yes.
shopping with us. So any parting words of wisdom that you want to share? We have some people joining us now that just kind of popped in, but also we're going to upload this on YouTube. If you missed the first half, you can catch it again later. We're going to save it. But what are some things you want to share? I know that you have a lot of care tips too, like storing and maybe some
Yes.
washing tips. So just give it all to us.
Sure. So, wig storage. I do have these, which I kind of creep me out a little bit, but the little wig heads. But
You're
like, where are you gonna put them if you get
right.
start collecting a bunch? So I was racking my brain, because I would love to one day have like a Kardashian style closet that's just wigs. Not there yet, but for now, I got one of those over the door shoe racks, and instead of putting shoes on it, I hang my wigs on it. So
That's
it just
awesome.
makes life so much easier to do that. And that way you don't have to like cramp them in boxes or anything. They can keep their shape, and it's easier to, you know, just maintain that. And then as far as like parting words goes, you know, just know that like it feels so good to see in the celebrity world that people are opening up about this, and I really hope that trickles down more and more to the non-celebrity world, because I really hope that there comes a time in life where when a kid is going through hair loss, that it's not anything out of the normal. I feel like if we can get to a point where it's so normalized to wear wigs or not have hair or have hair, you know, just imagine how much easier it could be for a little kiddo that has to go through this, that they don't have to feel any kind of way other than the beautiful person that they are, you know? And so I really hope that trickles down. Like, I love the support from this community. I hope it continues to spread into, you know, the community of folks that have hair. And just the more that it grows, the more normalized it becomes, the easier it becomes for everyone. And then just the last thing I have to say is just, you know, if you're going through it and you're in the thick of it right now, like, this community is so here for you, and don't be afraid to reach out. It's okay that you're sad, but there's a whole network of people that are here that are going to lift you up and help you through it. And like, you can message me, you can message, you know, any of us out here. We love you, and we want nothing but for you to live your best life.
Definitely. I agree with everything you said. And